Good morning. I am coming to you from my studio here in my house in New Hampshire. And today I want to give you a quick tour of the studio space that I have set up here. It is nothing fancy. I didn't even clean it before I got on here to show you, but I just wanted to show you this corner of my house and how I have it set up so I can sit down and I can be painting within minutes. And that has been a game changer in my productivity. So before I had this space set up, I would have to bring out all my supplies every time I wanted to paint. And then when I was finished painting, I'd have to clean it all up and put it away, which just meant that the next time I wanted to get it out the next day, it was that much harder and that much more work. So having this set up in my house has been a game changer for me. And it is nothing complicated. So it is a small corner of my 1780 farmhouse. And this is the only new room in the whole house. This is a sunroom. So I'll show you a video of what that looks like in a second if I were to look the other direction. But it is east facing and surrounded by windows. So it has incredible light. And the morning light means that I can paint in the morning. And there is a little bit of glare. So I have my desk set up on the north side of this room. And there are times of the day where I can't really paint on my easel here. So I may have to shift things or just turn my body a little bit. So that's one of the challenges with this space, and you're going to have that kind of with any studio space. To get enough light, you may also have glare at sometimes. But the space is really made up of three things. So I have my desk, and I have on my desk right now, I have my easel set up, my desktop easel. I do have a standing easel, so if I'm doing something big, I do have space in here where I can set that up. It tends to be a little bit more in the way of the rest of our lives, so if I'm not doing anything large, I usually just use the desktop easel. I also like to be able to stand and sit when I'm painting. So having that desktop is a nice way for me to be able to work in both sitting and standing positions. And then I have a cart here. And this is actually kind of my favorite part of my studio. It is what I had before when I was actually just painting from my table. And this cart, I'll see if I can find a link. I've had it for years, so I will try to find something similar and pop it into the description, but it is ideal for being able to keep all of my paints right in the top. So I have everything that I need right at my hands, right where I can grab them. And then I have some of the supplies that I use less often in the areas below. But this is like my key. I don't think I could have my studio set up without this little cart that can just get wheeled around. And usually when I'm finished painting, I'll pop my really messy palette on top of my cart, and I can just roll it off into the corner. It also makes it really easy to clean up when we have people over or if kids are around. So you can hear my dog, she's whining to go outside. Okay, the final piece of my studio is this big bookshelf here behind me. And this is kind of a catch-all. It is mostly used for storing supplies that I don't use very often, things like shipping supplies. I have extra paper, I have extra canvases, I have some paintings that have already been done and dried and are kind of waiting for the next step. I also have all my camera gear and my bags and my journals and things like that I need a place for and I need to be able to grab, but I don't use necessarily on a day-to-day basis. I would like to improve my canvas drying system. Right now, once I paint a canvas, it sits on the easel until I'm ready to do my next canvas, and I then put it somewhere else in the house. So there's kind of partially wet paintings all over my house. And that's not the best system, but it lets them dry, and then I'll bring them back here into the studio. I do have a few wet canvases here. Not everything I paint I like, so if I'm not going to keep a canvas, I'll often keep it in here and let it dry in here. There's more space over here, so I'm hoping to expand. I don't want to get so much storage. It's just really easy sometimes to keep dumping things on my shelves. So I just want to think carefully about how I might set up that other space over there to be able to have more canvas drying space and then also just more room for supplies that I can just grab at a moment's notice. So that's it. That is my entire studio. Thank you for watching today. I will keep coming back and just showing you how the studio changes over time. I'm so happy to have this space set up and to be able to get in here and paint quickly and effectively when I want to. So this is my official first video on my channel, so thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I will be sharing more about how I paint, the process I use, but as well, I will also be sharing things about how I sell my artwork and setting up an art painting business. So if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe, and I will keep putting out some videos and hope to see you soon. So thanks for watching today. Have a great one. You're noisy. No more whining on video, okay?